The next principle is Hund multiplicity rule, and the rule says the orbitals of a suborbit filled by electrons singly with same spin till the orbitals are empty. Now, what is the orbitals of a suborbit? The electron rotate in a circular path surrounding a nucleus are known as orbit, and we can split orbit into suborbit and suborbit into orbitals, and we represent the suborbit by SPDF, and orbitals we can represent by the boxes. These are the orbitals. Now we can write suborbitals by M, and the maximum number of orbitals present in a suborbit follows the equation 2 into L plus 1. For S suborbit, the L value of S is 0, so maximum number of orbitals is 1. For P, the L is 1, so the maximum number of orbitals is 3. So I can draw for P suborbit 3 boxes, that is 3 orbitals, and for D the L is 2, so the orbitals are 5, so I can draw 5 boxes here. And also for F, the value of L is 3, so I can draw 7 orbitals here. Now when I fill up the electron in orbitals, I can represent it by the half arrow, and the direction of arrow represent the rotation of the electron. The upward arrow means electron rotate in clockwise, and the downward arrow means electron rotate in counterclockwise. And there is no other option by which the electron can rotate, so in one orbitals we can write only 2 electron. So in one orbitals only one maximum 2 electron are present. So in A suborbit, as there is only one orbitals, so maximum 2 electron are present. For P orbitals, there are 3 orbitals, so maximum 3 into 2 6 electrons are present. Similarly in D, 5 into 2, that is 10 maximum electron are present, and in F suborbit there is maximum 7 into 2 14 electrons are present. Now when I fill up the electron in any suborbit followed by Hund's rule, that is till the boxes are empty, that is orbitals are empty, the electron fill singly, that is 1 electron in first box, 1 electron in second box, and 1 electron in third box, and the direction of all electrons are same. When I fill up the d orbitals by electron, I fill first electron in first box, then second box, then third box, then fourth box, then fifth box, and in upward direction, and the remaining electron I can fill the first box in a downward direction. And if I had another electron, then it fill up in second box, and it must in downward direction. Now if I discuss about the stability of any suborbit, there are when the suborbit fill up by electron full filled or half filled, the suborbit get maximum stability. That is when A suborbit has 2 electron or 1 electron, it gets maximum stability. For P, when it has 6 electron or when it has 3 electron, that is full filled or half filled, it gets maximum stability. For D, it is also when it has 10 electron, that is full filled, and when it has 5 electron, that is half filled, it gets maximum stability. So we know here from here how electron we can fill up in orbitals and the maximum number of electron present in one suborbit and the stability of a suborbit when it gets maximum stability. Now I discuss about the exceptional electronic configuration. Here I arrange the electronic configuration of copper. You notice here the d orbital has 9 electron and a 4s orbital has 2 electron. But when in d orbital has 9 electron, it is unstable, because if in d orbital there are 10 electron or there are 5 electrons, it gets maximum stability. Now when it has 9 electron, its stability is lower, so it is unstable. But in 4s there is maximum 2 electron can present, so when it has 2 electrons, so it is stable. But if I transfer one electron from 4s to 3d, the 3d gets 10 electrons, so it is fully filled, so it gets stability. And 4s has 1 electron, so 4s is half filled, so it is also stable. So 3d and 4s both are stable in this case, but in this case only 4s is stable, but 3d is unstable. So this arrangement is more stable than the first arrangement. So one electron jump from 4s to 3d to gets a maximum stability. So the exceptional electronic configuration of copper is now 3d10 and 4s1. Accordingly, chromium has also 3d4 4s2, but the 3d is unstable because it not half filled, but 4s2 is full filled, so it is stable. But if I transfer one electron from 4s to 3d, it is half filled, 3d is half filled, and 4s is also half filled, so both are stable. So this arrangement are gets higher stability than the first arrangement. So this arrangement is now we can consider. So these are two exceptional electronic configuration we have in our syllabus in class 11. Thank you.